Hello, plastic model builders. It is I, Ari Stone, your host of Plastic Model Builders. Welcome back. This is part 6 of the F-4B Phantom 2. It's a Tamiya 1/48 scale model. We are about to assemble some seats, so pay attention. Subscribe, comment, and like. If you haven't done that yet, check out our new Facebook page, group, I should say. I have both, actually. Plastic Model Builder for each one, Facebook page and group. As well, every video premiere we do, we have a live chat, so come join us so we can chat about the video as we do it. Anyway, we're putting the seats together. You see we have the sides and we put those in and the backing there. Now this is some little instrument clusters that we have to put together. Got a little control stick. This is all stuff that goes in the back of the aircraft. There's a little instrument panel right there. That's where it goes. This is going to go into a top that fits on for the cockpit. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know the name of it. Tamiya doesn't list that stuff, some models do. But this is it right here. You see we're putting in that little piece right there. Doing a little bit of painting also. Got a paint stick here, paint pen, marker. It's enamel. Works out great for little pieces. That way I don't have to clean any brushes. That goes right here. Just like that. Model, make a madness. Make this stuff look pretty. Alright, so to get started, I painted certain parts white. I thought it'd be easier to do. This is the internal part of not the exhaust, but the intake. We've got a Sparrow right here. A couple other bombs, drop tanks, etc., etc. Doing a little primer, then a white coat. Just the best way to do it. Getting the bottom half here because that's all going to go the same color. See how I do that? Got that little area there covered because we're going to put in a light later on. This is the inside. You see this is the landing gear, which I mentioned in previous videos. So that's actually two pieces, so it's easier to put together first. Here is one of the insides of the splitters. Now we've got our turbine. Two of those. Landing gear right here. Struts. All sorts of things. So paint those, just trying to get ahead of the game while other parts dry. That's how I roll. So get those done. This is a air brake, the inside of that, it goes down. Remember I did one up, one down. The other one is already on the plane, so I'm going to paint that one later. I did this one that way because you have to do the inside. It goes red. Here's more of the landing gear. More parts for landing gear. A lot of landing gear parts, two on each side. Like I said, we all know how landing gear goes. More landing gear doors, lots of doors. This here, it's an exhaust port, or the actuators for it. Yes, it opens and closes. More landing gear doors. Just trying to get stuff that normally, they might go a different color on the plane. Got our pylons right here that attach to things. More landing gear doors. More landing gear. This is for refueling up in the air. Goes in and out. I did mine out. These are the little things that go right under the nose. Got a Sidewinder missile. This is a 60 style. Another pylon. Going to do all the pylons just to get ahead of the game. Like I said, with all the other ones, you get the pylons and then whatever holds them. This right here, it's our tail fin stabilizers. So I am doing the white part on those. You are not going to see me paint silver yet. That's in the next video. So you'll have to stick around and watch that as well. Good stuff, huh? Just trying to keep up here. Putting the white, that's both sides. Now we got a little black going on. Whatever you call this piece sits right there in the front. So now I'm going spraying behind where the splitters go. I've heard you don't have to do this. People like to do it if you want because it's hard to see. Got my little steel color going inside of the turbines. And then of course right here, this goes on top of the turbine. I'm going to sit right there. Painting this the same color as I just did. And then this little guy, I'm just dry brushing it. Not a lot. That goes inside of the intake. So now we have the actuator again for that little exhaust port. That's on the underside of the jet. And then this. Small little piece goes silver on this clear part. I just try to dry brush it the best I possible without making a total mess of the clear part. Alright, so let's assemble some intake components. Like I said, we're trying to get ahead of the game on some things, let some stuff dry, work on other parts. Got the little nose for it. Press it down. And then this little guy here, somebody tell me what it does, I'd like to know. Sits right there inside of the intake, make sure it's glued down good. So I had a mild fit issue with one of these intakes. Yeah, you see it right here. I know they tried to do a good job. This is, at least for my model, I had to scrape away just a little bit here, and as well a little bit on the other part. So one is part of the intake cover and the other is the actual intake. And there you go. You see I finally got that to fit nicely, and that's where it's going to be joined at. So let's put our turbine in. It only goes this direction. You see how it snaps into place right there. Got that little registration mark so you know where to fit it. And there it is on the inside. Then you see the little guy that I put there, just that's in the intake. That's it. So these, as I said earlier, they go on the front of the fuselage. Later on, I put a small watery area of black inside of there so it looks like it's hollowed out. I think it turned out good. Just press it down. You see it can only go one way. This is how they did this. They're really good with this model. Again, I still love how the paint sucks right up in here. My little rouge red paint marker. Probably should have painted that white first, because you can tell the green really darkens the color of the red. If I had done it white, it would have been a more vibrant red and really pop instead of being dull. And you'll see that effect right here because this is painted white. And you can see the difference once it dries. It's very easy to see. It's a poppier red instead of a duller red. Got a little silver there. Cut this out. Here's the actuator. We're going to have to glue this down. You'll see it's a little hard to get in. It was a tight fit. So just put a little bit of glue on there, hold it down until it sets and dries. Let's do both sides. Not the hardest in the world, also not the easiest. Got our ladder, painting some chrome on that. Then just little chrome parts here for the hydraulics. Those weren't too bad. Maybe I should, you know, if I really wanted to take the time, I could probably spray paint them. I just really don't feel like cleaning an airbrush, so I get a little lazy. I hope you forgive me. Here we go. Got the silver on this part, as I said. That's for refueling in mid-air. Just comes out. So now seats. Got to paint and assemble them. Make these look good. I figured I can use a brush on these because seats, of course, have ridges and texture to them. So it's okay how it looks. I am also going to do 2 different coats of paint on this to try to replicate some sort of weathering. I just clipped off that little tank there because it does not go on this type of seat for this model. I am painting silver all those little hydraulic parts, and now I'm going around with black around those and just kind of floating it in there. That was the easiest way I could think of to do it, and it turned out really well. You can see that right there. All the silver's done, and just go around the seats. Maybe I could have spray painted them. I also didn't follow the color coding because I think I only had one kind of black, and I wasn't worried about it. So you get this out right here, paint inside of this guy right here. And then you have this part. We're going to have to clip that off and assemble it. I think these are antenna beacons probably, you know, in case they have to eject and people find them, but I don't know. Somebody will tell me what it is that knows more about the seats. A little black dot right there. Not too bad. So you see me going around that edge. Just gets a little type of green inside of there. A lot of painting. Got our yellow handles, and with the black on there and the fact that I didn't stir my paint up too well, turned out a little watery, but it kind of makes it look like it's older, so that works. Just painting the little stripes on there. I've seen people do really good jobs at those. I'm just not that guy. Maybe one day I'll get around to it and learn how to really make those look good. Only time will tell. practice does make perfect. Got these white things here. You're probably not even going to see those once the plane seats are actually down. Your choice. So you see I didn't paint everything on there because I kind of saw how everything went together. This goes on the back of the aircraft, just like that. Now here's the seat, cushion itself. I'm going to press that down. Glue it from behind. Great fit. The seats. Then there's the backing right there, kind of goes inward and then through and popped up. A little complicated, but not too bad. Got this little thing that goes right there on the side. Kind of hard to get in. Maybe it should have been put on first, but I figured it's hard to kind of paint it once it's already on. So, tried to paint this red. Wasn't working out because I couldn't see it because it was on a black base. So this is what I'm talking about. I have a little bit darker shade to replicate wear that I'm putting on various spots of the aircraft. Glazing, I guess you could call it. I did okay. I think it kind of worked out. I mean, it looks mildly replicated, like it's been worn out a bit and sat down on. A lot of flying hours. Redoing the yellow right here, just a little bit brighter each time, because you see I already had it once. I like how that turned out in that little stick guy right there. So, we are going to start assembling this seat. Take out the ejection handles, goes right up front. You see it's got little marks there where it goes. Pins, boxes, holes. Push it down. Then we got the top. Fits in just as nicely. Glue will fit in. And you can kind of see the wash that I have going on there. That's pretty much it. This is the seat. Trying again with that red. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Put that decal on. And until next time, see ya!